Good day to you, my friends, and welcome to the United Church of Gainesville. I have a question for you. How is it with your soul? If you're feeling a little fragile and frazzled these days, like many of us are, I have good news for you. Today's service will serve as an antidote to that. Reverend Bromley McClenaghan has drawn inspiration for today's service from everywhere from the book of Exodus to the writings of the Vietnamese Buddhist teacher and priest Thich Nhat Hanh. In fact, this coming Sunday is Thich Nhat Hanh's 94th birthday, although in Buddhism they call a birthday a continuation day. There's a beautiful image in that, isn't there? And speaking of beautiful images, I'd like to share with you a few images from last week's drive-through drop-off in support of two of our community partners, the Gainesville Community Ministries and Grace Marketplace. Last week, a whole bunch of us drove through the church parking lot, even in the rain, and dropped off donations to both of these terrific organizations. In fact, we were able to deliver 768 pounds of food to the Gainesville Community Ministries. That's a record for us.
I love my church!
Thank you! We were also able to distribute over 100 bags of personal hygiene items to people who were living out at Grace Marketplace. And we are so grateful. Thank you for your support. And speaking of your support, thank you also for your pledge support for our stewardship drive. This is the second week of our stewardship drive, We Are the Church Together, where we are asking our members and friends to prayerfully consider what their financial support of the United Church of Gainesville can be in the year 2021. Our Board of Business is hoping to increase our budget by about 3.5%. And we're hoping that you can consider increasing your pledge by about the same. In fact, we already know that there are some members and friends of our congregation who are not going to be able to pledge what they had pledged in the past this coming year. And so perhaps if you can, consider digging a little bit deeper into your financial support of UCG for the year ahead. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if you haven't yet told us what your pledge might be, you can call the number at the bottom of your screen or email our church accountant, Catherine C. at ucgainesville.org today to let us know what your pledge support will be. Of course, all of your pledges are confidential. Only Catherine knows. So let her know and let us know if you can pledge this year, and if so, what it will be, so we can plan for the year ahead. You know, your pledges support us in so many different ways, and while I was delivering food this week, I seized the opportunity to speak with a couple of our community partners, and I just want to share this opportunity, this moment, to show you a little bit behind the scenes of what happens to those food donations that you bring on our first Sunday of the month. Check it out.
I'm Michael Wright, the director of Gainesville Community Ministry, and I'd just like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. You bring us food on a regular basis. Many of you support us financially, and we could not do what we do without your help, and so we greatly appreciate it. Please keep us in your prayers and continue to support us. We're helping people in the community who really have a great need, and you're really helping them out greatly. Thank you very much.
And in that spirit of gratitude, here is also a thoughtful note and message from Jane Moraski, the Executive Director of our local Family Promise.
Hi, I'm Jane Moraski, and I'm the Executive Director of Family Promise. And I just want to take a second to thank the United Church of Gainesville for being such supportive partners in our Family Promise shelter program. When this pandemic hit, your volunteers were the first to call and say, what do you need? They still are providing meals for our families on a rotational basis, just like you used to host families. Now you still host dinners for them. So thank you. Thank you for continuing to support us, to continue to support families who are experiencing homelessness, and know that even though we aren't always together, that you're really making an impact in what you do. So thanks, UCG. We need you.
If you didn't get a chance to come to our drive-through experience last Sunday, there is another opportunity for you to do it this upcoming Sunday, October 18th. In our morning celebrations, we will be talking about Gainesville Pride in our worship service, in our seminar, and through our Zoom brunch. But then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can come on through our church parking lot, and if you've pre-purchased a Black Lives Matter yard sign, you can pick it up then. And you can have drive-through communion. Reverend Bromley and Talia and I will be here offering communion to you, of course, in safe and socially distanced ways, but right here in our parking lot. And we really look forward to seeing you then. Oh, and by the way, members of our stewardship team will also be there handing out pledge cards. So if you haven't turned that in yet, you can then. And if you do, we'll give you a piece of chocolate.
You're a good man. That's a good bar right there.
Thanks, Bill.
Nice.
Thanks, Bill. Thank you.
We're going to take your word for it.
We would like dark chocolate of some sort. What is that? Is that super dark?
This is dark from Trader Joe's. There you go.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Ann. All right. Thank you for your support, not only of your treasure, but of your time as well. It is through your support that we are able to support these amazing community organizations like Gainesville Community Ministry and Family Promise and Grace Marketplace, and really so many others. So thank you. We really do appreciate it. We hope to see you next Sunday between 2 and 3:30 in the afternoon for our drive-through communion and to receive your pledge cards. And we also appreciate your support as we continue and finish up our pledge drive this year. So now these are the prayers that have been on our hearts this week. We offer a prayer of gratitude today for Griff Chesserone, Sally's brother, who had successful heart surgery earlier this week. We have prayers of concern as well for Jack Atwater, my wife Tracy's uncle. Jack had a severe medical incident earlier this week and is still in critical care, but things are looking up. So we continue our prayers for Jack. We pray this week also for our friend Chris and his wife Courtney as they welcome beautiful new baby girl Emery into the world. Welcome to the world, Emery. We're so happy you're here. And whatever prayers are on your heart this week, we invite you to take a deep breath and send those to us. I begin this morning with a reading from Thich Nhat Hanh. And as you hear these words, I invite you to breathe and to let them settle. Thich Nhat Hanh says, "Listening to the bell, our mind becomes one with the sound as it vibrates along, settles down, and fades away. With the help of the bell, our mind is collected and brought back to the present moment. Listen. Listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true self. Welcome to worship."